Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays from me to you. Hi you guys, this is Drake Latrice and I am back with another video. I know it's been a while. I have been pushing myself lately. Well, a lot. I've been pushing myself. I've been pushing myself to walk. And I know it's painful, but I've been trying my best to do the damn thing, Bone on bone really hurts. Oh, Lord, I wish I could get that gristle back in between the bones. You see what I'm saying? But enough about that. My sister came over, with my presents today, one from her and her new husband, and one, 4 little ones from my niece and my nephew, because my niece and my nephew knew I like makeup. There's actually another one, but I put it in my makeup bag. So, this is from my niece and my nephew, and it's another one that has these colors on it. And my sister, she I like my little wallets, so she got me this little cutie pie right here, and she knows it's not about the price, it's about the thought. And I'll show y'all the price anyway. I'm appreciative, very. I know my nails are jacked, but it's okay. I'm not left-handed, so. And I'm like, oh, cute. She spent a little change, She spent a lot of change, So I was like, oh, thank you, girl, And I don't have to carry around these. Let me show you, because this is what I usually carry around. This one, and I have an identical one. I'm be honest with you, this one is ratchet. I've had it for 3-4 years, and I got it from Payless on my way to a funeral. My grandmother forgot her shoes, so it was like, we need to find her some shoes. So we went to like 3 stores, and I kept saying, let's go to Payless, let's go to Payless, let's go to Payless, let's go to Payless, let's go to Payless. So we finally went to Payless at the 4th store. So I saw this bag. I know it's looking ratchet. You see it's falling apart. It's peeling off and stuff, flaking off. It's okay, but I still love it because it's big, and it's mine. I picked it out. I was like, oh, Grandma, I want that. Can I have that? She's like, yeah, get it. I was like, thank you, Grandma. But, as you can tell, I'm a fan of black. Hell, black. And here's my former wallet that I still use to this day. And let me show you what's in my wallet. Yes, my wallet is ratchet. I'm not going to show you this. But I have my Harrah's Casino card that I haven't used in almost a year. Simply Fashions card, because that's the only store I shop. You don't need to see this. That's my PCP card. PCP is Primary Care Physician. Walgreens is the bomb, okay? Winn-Dixie. You don't need to see my Medicaid card. My old Capital One card you don't need to see. My ex-boyfriend worked at Pilot, so whenever, I go to a Pilot store. But then here's my beautiful niece. Now I'm going to show you the shoes too. 3. Well, almost 3. And then her with Santa back in the day. Here's my big girl. And here's from this year for Easter. Isn't she gorgeous? Another primary care physician card. And a hair salon card. And I think this is a photographer. No, it's a spa place. So that's what I usually carry around with me in my wallet. As you notice, I don't have any pictures of my baby in there. I know, but he's not really a big picture person, you know. He don't want to go and sit and get his picture taken, and I understand. He's like his auntie JoJo, aka me. But I'm just sitting here. I'm very appreciative of everything that I do get, and I was actually sitting down, and I was just staring at this box that I have right here, this Anne Klein box, and what's hanging off of it is my J that I purchased as a late birthday present to myself when I won that gift card from Some More Love here on YouTube, and I also bought something for my grandmother as well. But I just know that it's not what you do, it's how you do it, you know? I've always been very open, very honest, and I try my damnedest to continue to be that way, because I was always taught to be respectful of people around you. If they can't respect you, they don't need to be around you, you know? So I'm saying that because it's about to be 2015, honey. 2015. And I'm literally getting back focused on my goals. Yes, the weight loss goal is one of my goals for my journey, but I want to write again. I have to start getting that passion to write again. And I want to challenge myself to do at least 5 poems a week starting January, the week of January 5th. I want to challenge myself to see if I can achieve a small goal, you know. I'm happy that I'm alive. I'm happy that I'm able to sit up. I'm happy that I'm able to take a step. I'm happy that I'm able to speak, you know. So for me, life is beautiful. I understand some people are like, oh, but you're single. You ain't got no man. You ain't got no man prospects. You ain't got no kids. You live in a studio apartment. Okay, what's the point? My apartment is a studio. Do you see my windows, dude? Like, do you see my windows? And it just continues to go on and on. So, I enjoy where I live. I enjoy who I am. It's not a problem. But I want to reconnect with people that I've lost touch with. I want to do something. Like, yes, every month I make sure I pay all of my bills before the 3rd or the 5th. I always make sure I do that. Okay? Everybody who know me know that I do that. Because I like having a responsibility. You know? And I enjoy being able to be responsible for myself. I enjoy being able to walk across the street and get a money order. I enjoy being able to walk back. For a long time, I couldn't do that. For a long time, taking 5 steps, I had to squat down and just be in agonizing pain. I'm still in pain. Even when I walk across the street and walk back, it's very painful. But it's not my legs, it's my spinal cord. So don't get your panties in a bunch and think, oh, she's just being lazy. No, I'm nowhere near lazy. Before I had the problem with my spinal cord, or this arthritis that's so terrible, I used to work, okay? I used to work, if I could, 20 hours in one day. I was a hard worker, and I do really miss working, but what could I possibly do? I can't stand up for too long, and I can't lift heavy things. Can y'all help me out? I don't want to work on an online thingy or whatever, like online billing and stuff like that, or whatever that is, because I don't really trust things like that. I want to go to a place where I will get a paycheck. You understand? But I'm just happy that I'm able to try something, just made an appointment. Again, I like to make sure I have my appointments and everything set for the beginning of January every year, for all of my physicians that I go to. The one for my bones, arthritis and everything, and gynecologist. I go to see my gynecologist so much. Everybody know me in that bitch. Like, but not because I'm having sex or anything, but I am. But because of my cyst. If you don't know, I have a cyst on one of my ovaries, and sometimes it's extremely painful. Sometimes it bursts, like I have. So it's like, yeah, it's very painful, and it causes weight gain, but I've been trying to fight it. Dairy is a problem. Speaking of dairy, I can't even intake dairy now. And that's sad because I used to be a cheese lover. So I try, like, lately I've been doing every other month dairy. And I do it like in minuscule portions. And I was at my sister's house for almost 2 weeks, and I just came back 6 days ago. Yeah, 6, 7 days ago. And when I was there, when I tasted what she cooked, 'cause she made broccoli and shrimp and broccoli pasta or something like that, and I was like, oh my god, you put dairy in this, didn't you? She was like, no, I ain't put no dairy in that. I was like, they have dairy in this. I've tasted. And she was like, I don't taste no dairy. So later on that night, I'm chilling. Starting to get pains in my stomach. Pains in my stomach. This is about to be TMI. Oh well. So I felt myself getting gassy. So, let one out. I was just by myself. So I let one out. I was like, oh my god, damn. What the fuck died in me? So I got up, went in the kitchen, looked at the identical glass jar of the stuff that she used, and I looked at the ingredients label, and the first thing was milk. And I went into her room, and I cut that light on. I was like, excuse me, ma'am, they got milk in this, so therefore it is dairy, and I'm going to get you back for this. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, I can't eat dairy like that no more. Like, I can't intake dairy. And she was like, you used to eat cheese every day. What are you talking about? I weaned myself off of it, So the next day, her and my nephew was in the room watching, I think, Ninja Turtles or something in her room. So I went in there, and I laid across her bed. I was laying facing her and my nephew, and I was messing with my nephew or whatever. So we're talking, we're laughing, and then, I eased one on out. I eased one on out. So I didn't say anything. My nephew, he let one out, but he said he let it out and he did it loud. So, he said, excuse me. So it's like, oh, boo. So my sister was talking. The next thing you know, she was like, you stanky bitch. I was like, wait, what? Jeremiah just has gas. She was like, that wasn't for my baby. I was like, wait, what? So I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing my ass off. And So my little cousin, he's walking past the room, and he was like, "Damn, what happened?" So she was like, "Get the incense, light that fucking incense, bro. This bitch done farted." My nephew said, "TT, that's not nice." I'm like, "It's not my fault. It's your mama's fault." So my little cousin, he lit the incense or whatever. So I eased another one on out. So it's like that one was 10 times worse than the first one. So she was like, "Bitch, you gotta get the fuck up out of my room." She was like, "Bitch, you gotta get the fuck up out of my room." I was like, "What are you talking about? I ain't that one out." She was like, "Yeah, you did." I was like, "Yeah, I know I did. I didn't think you was gonna catch it though." She was like, "Yeah, bitch is worse than the other one." So I got up. She said, "You better not let another one out before you leave out this room." I said, "I'm not. I promise. I promise. I'm not gonna let another one out." And I said, "It's all because of that fucking dairy." And she was like, "Well, bitch, you ain't eat no more dairy in my house." So, so I'm joked that I'm sitting in the living room, laughing my ass off. So, I think she went grocery shopping or something. No, she had already did that. And like later on that day, I was like, "Ooh, I want my veggies," because I brought some veggies and everything over to her house that I love. And so while I'm, like flash boiling, like fast boiling my Normandy blend, she was, "Oh, I don't know what to cook for the kids. Oh, I could do macaroni and cheese for them." I said, "Oh, I can get a little scoop full of that." She said, "No, the fuck you ain't." I said, "Oh, one little scoop ain't gonna do nothing." She was like, "I'm only making a little bit for my kids and my kids only." And she made other food too. So I'm laughing. And like she fixed the kids' food and everything, and my little cousin Jara had his plate and she had her plate. So I put me a plate and I put 1 tablespoon of the macaroni and cheese. So trust me, I regretted it later on that night and the next morning. I'm saying all that to say is, since I've changed my eating lifestyle to, not intaking dairy products, it's been actually good, and I'm actually doing better when I don't intake dairy products, because when you have a cyst, dairy is not good for you. Didn't know that till I did my research. Hallelujah. So dairy products is off. Can't really do too much sugary stuff. I'm not really a sweets girl anyway. I'm more of a savory girl, Then I I had something fried when I was over there, and I caught fried chicken. I had a fried chicken plate, and later on that day, I started getting these migraines, and it was just shooting migraines from the back of my head to both temples, and it was so painful that we had to cut the light off. I was literally helping my niece do her homework, and I had to cut the light off. I told her I'm so sorry, and I literally had to lay down and put the blanket over my head. And, it just kept repeating, but I still had to cook dinner. This day, I still had to cook dinner because when I was over there for the first week, I cooked every day, dinner every day except for one night. That's when my sister was cooking. So my brother-in-law, I call him my brother, he has this high blood pressure machine at the house. So I told him what's been going on, and I was supposed to find some pain medicine, like the headache medicine or whatever, the migraine pills that you can get from the corner store or the pharmacy. You don't even have to be behind the counter. It's like, like Motrin or something like that, or whatever it was, a Tylenol or something. And she told me to go in her drawer, and I'm not the type of person that like to go through people's stuff. So, I waited till I saw him pulling up. Then I went in the room, and I was like, "It's in this drawer, right?" He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, the headache medicine. He was like, yeah. So I opened it up, put it on my hand, took the pills. And I was like, man, he was like, I saw that post you put up earlier about your headaches or whatever. You think it's your blood pressure? I said, well, I don't suffer from high blood pressure, so I don't think it is. So he took my blood pressure, but he did it in the wrong spot. Like, his arm is skinty. My arm is not. So when I go to the doctors and they don't have a big cuff, I have to use it here, you know, right here. So when he did it, he put it back here, and it didn't work right. So when I put it here, and the machine went, I think it said 153 or 154 over 108. And he was like, that is fucking high. And he got upset, you know. He was like, whatever it is you're stressing about, let it go. You know what I'm saying? You can die like that. Like, let it go. So I sat there, shed a couple of tears or whatever, and I was like, what am I holding on to? And then I realized what I was holding on to, and I said it out loud. And after I said it out loud, I didn't get my blood pressure didn't go high again. And the thing that I said out loud was, I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be. When I was a child, when I was in my late teens, my early 20s, I said, when I make 28, I want to be married, pregnant with my first child, you know, living my own fairy tale with a husband that loves me, accepts me for who I am, and I do him, you know. And I also want to own my own daycare center. I also want to make sure I go and get a bachelor's and master's and continue on my education. I want to be an author. Those are the things that I said I had for myself, that I said that I wanted to achieve. But I'm nowhere near any of that. And I was just stressing out about it because I'm about to be 29 years old, February 28th. So for me, that was hard for me to admit to myself. And I admitted it to myself. I admitted it to my grandmother. My grandma told me, if you know that your goal is to be an author someday, continue to write. You write good poetry. Continue to write your poems. But I'm like, I don't have the passion anymore. I used to have a passion for it. It's like I used to breathe it. Now it's hard for me to gasp it. Not grasp it, but gasp it. You know? And I'm going to push myself so I can make it true. Make it true that that's something that I can achieve, you know? I miss writing. I miss it. I don't care if it was music. I don't care if it was a poem, a short story, or just telling the story of my life. I want to achieve that goal. So, I know this video is just like talking about random shit. But I'm a random person. I'm random when it comes down to stuff like this. So, I'm sorry for taking up a lot of your time. Just, you know, if you like the video, press like. Comment if you want. Yes, I already know that I'm fat. Yes, I already know that. Yes, I already know I have 4C hair, so it's nappy. Okay? To you, it's nappy. To me, it's beautiful. It took a long time for me to admit that to myself and to accept that. And now that I do accept that my hair is beautiful in its natural state, it is beautiful, honey. So, press like if you like, dislike if you don't. Bye, you guys.